You're watching SportsBeat.
Thanks for watching SportsBeat on this Memorial Day weekend. Jeremiah Jensen, Spencer Linton. We look back on a big week for Rudy Gobert and a big win for Real Salt Lake, but we have to start with golf. We continue to follow Utah native Tony Finau on the PGA Tour. Tony in contention at the Charles Schwab Challenge in Fort Worth, Texas. Of course, the historic Colonial Golf Course.
Of course, after a very solid first two rounds, experts in the Las Vegas desert have tabbed the West High School product your odds-on favorite to win in Texas this weekend. Entering the day, Finau at 8 under par, trailing leader Jonas Blix by 1 shot. It's moving day, JJ, in Fort Worth.
Would he move, though? Tony started strong. A birdie putt on the par 4 second hole. Makes this look so easy. This was from 25 feet. That was his only birdie in round 3, 1 bogey on 5, 12 consecutive pars until a bogey on 18. He's 7 under, tied for second place entering the final round. Jordan Spieth is one of those golfers tied at 7 under. He had 2 incredible putts. This one on the first hole, then this gem on 7. The leader, though, is Kevin Na. Kevin followed up a 62 in round 2 with a 69 on Saturday. He's 9 under, entering Sunday's final round.
That is not the lane, or at least not the one that Barlow was hoping for. And Luke Voigt almost hit it over the shrubs in left field.
Luke Voigt of the AL East leading New York Yankees, 470 feet, go-ahead homer in Kansas City that made just inside a random drug test.
I think the ball actually vaporized.
The Yankees beat the Royals 7-3. They've won 6 straight.
Hedges drives one to deep left field. Deep, far, and very gone. A grand slam.
The San Diego Padres aren't terrible anymore. They came out swinging today. That grand slam, one of a franchise best, 7 home runs on the day. They beat Toronto 19-4. They've won 5 straight.
Hey, the Minnesota Twins own the best record in baseball, and C.J. Cron owns luckiest player of the day for Minnesota. Routine pop fly. Not so routine for Charlie Tilson and the White Sox. My bad. Ball never hits his glove, so it counts as a double. Cron drives in 4. Minnesota beats Chicago 8-1. The Twins have won 10 of 11.
The NBA Defensive Player of the Year award will be announced June 24th at the NBA Awards show on TNT. Rudy Gobert is one of 3 finalists for the award, and the reigning Defensive Player of the Year was even better this year, so it makes sense that he made it on this list.
Yeah, don't you dare leave him off that list, because Jazz Nation will eat you alive on Twitter. Just ask former NBA center Kendrick Perkins, who dared say Gobert did not deserve all NBA honors. Uh-oh. He jokingly apologized to Jazz fans later on ESPN.
That was no joke. The NBA All-Defensive Teams announced Wednesday, and Rudy Gobert was on the list, named to the NBA All-Defensive First Team. It's a 3rd straight season he's earned first-team honors. He had the best defensive box plus-minus at 5, ranked 2nd in defensive win shares, ranked 4th overall in defensive rating, contested the 2nd most shots with 16 per game, and was 2nd in block shots with 187. No player in the NBA has more blocks in the past 3 seasons than Rudy's 530.
Ooh. Gobert joins elite company in Jazz franchise history. He's now the 3rd Jazz player ever to earn all defensive first-team recognition 3 times. Mark Eaton did it in 85, 86, and 1989. Big Mark, the NBA Defensive Player of the Year in 2 of those 3 seasons.
The 3rd Jazz player named first-team all-defense 3 times was Karl Malone. He did it in 3 consecutive years. Later in his career, 1997, 98, and 99. He was the NBA MVP in 2 of those 3 seasons. Karl was also first-team All-NBA in those seasons.
Speaking of All-NBA, Gobert makes that list, too. Rudy named to the All-NBA 3rd team, the 2nd time he's earned that specific award, yet hasn't made an All-Star team.
Explain that.
How does that make sense? Rudy averaged career highs in points, rebounds, and assists per game, led the league in field goal percentage. He's the first player with over 1,200 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 65% shooting from the field since Wilt Chamberlain in 1967. Set an NBA record for dunks in the season with 306. That, along with his defensive stats, not an all-star, please.
I think Kendrick Perkins could have used some of that for his research this week.
Right?
Gobert's the 5th Jazz player to earn multiple All-NBA honors. The first was Pistol Pete Maravich with the New Orleans Jazz. Pistol was first-team All-NBA in 1976 and 77, second team in the 1978 season.
The next Jazz player to achieve multiple All-NBA honors also has his number retired by the Jazz and is also in the Basketball Hall of Fame. Hello, Adrian Dantley. Second-team All-NBA in 1981 and 1984.
No one in franchise history has earned more All-NBA honors than Karl Malone. The mailman was named second-team All-NBA in 1988, then first-team All-NBA for the first time in 1989. He would go on to earn first-team honors in 11 consecutive seasons from 1989 to 99. He then earned second-team honors in 2000, third-team honors in 2001 for a total of 14 All-NBA awards. Only Kareem, Kobe, Tim Duncan, and LeBron have won more with 15.
How about John Stockton? Remember him? He earned 11 All-NBA awards during his career. He was first team twice in 94 and 95, second All-NBA 6 times. He earned third team honors 3 times. My notes have that as a lot.
Yes, your notes are correct. And the 5th Jazz player with multiple All-NBA awards, it's Darren Williams. D. Will was named to the All-NBA second team in 2008 and 2010. He was an All-Star twice in a Jazz uniform, but it didn't happen in either of those seasons.
What?
How odd is that?
Former Weber State star Damian Lillard rewarded for his special season and leading Portland to the Western Conference Finals. Lillard named to the All-NBA second team, along with Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Kyrie Irving, and Kawhi Leonard. Pretty good company.
Yeah.
It's Dame's 4th All-NBA award, twice named second team, a first-teamer last year, and a third-teamer in 2014.
Are you ready for free agency? Can't wait until then? Well, you don't have to wait as long this year, at least a few hours less anyway. The NBA's moved up the free agent negotiation period to June 30th at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 hours earlier. Teams will also be permitted to communicate with free agents beginning 4 p.m. Mountain on June 29th, as if they haven't been doing that already. That, of course, for the sole purpose of scheduling a meeting. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Real Salt Lake. We expected at least, to see this team all season the way they're playing right now, and it looks like they finally arrived.
They've now won 3 straight matches, including a last-second thriller last night over the defending MLS Cup champs, Atlanta United.
All right, RSL would strike first in the 36th minute. Homegrown Sebastian Salcedo, the Park City native from long range, finds the bottom corner. This was Bofo's second goal of the season. Of course, Bofo's second goal in as many weeks, too, and the goal against Atlanta looked a lot like this one. The one scored last week in a 3-0 win over Toronto FC. He won Goal of the Week honors last week, but he probably won't win this week because of what we're going to show you next. It's because of this. Game tied at 1 with just seconds left in stoppage time. Jefferson Savarino with a golazo. That is soccer's equivalent of a walk-off. A monster win for RSL as they are now in 5th place in the Western Conference standings. Next up, at Montreal on Wednesday. 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time.
Nothing but net. Love it.
Awesome. All right, RSL fans can watch the Mike Petke Coaches Show only on KSLSports.com and the KSL TV app each week.
Now, here's just a sample of this week's conversation.
I forgot what the episode that we did. It might have been that episode, and I had made a comment that, no, it might have been 1 or 2 after about social media and about do you feel, do you get upset about things? And my whole thing was, no, but I respect more people who, Jim Johnson, said this, not RSL 250 / whatever with no name behind it. And one guy after that thing had a pretty hard comment about my playing, my coaching and stuff. Yeah. And the last thing he said, and it actually had a name, I said, and you could see my name right there. Yeah. And I respected that. Yeah. I said, hey, I think I like that tweet.
No, and just so you know, it's a side topic, but I would love for Twitter, Instagram, whatever, to be able to sign up for an account that you have to be verified.
Verified. We talked about that in that episode.
Just the importance, and I just think in general terms of accountability, because I think about just the kids in the audience.
Thomas.
You and I
have Thomas up here in a minute.
You and I have kids right now that are navigating school life and bullying and sports and social, and then you throw in social media. You and I are lucky. We're old, right? Like Facebook was just starting to get into a verified form that anybody could have a Facebook page, not just kids in college. And that was at the end of my career in 2006.
My first computer was in the common area of my freshman year dorm in college. Okay. My first cell phone was my second year of college. You know, Facebook, I've never been on Facebook, first of all. My first social media account was when I was 37 years old. You know, it's just such a different day.
Was Mike Pecky taken at that point? I've always wanted to ask you.
I don't know. The Red Bull came to me and said, hey, there's this new thing, Twitter. We want you to be a presence on that.
Sal.
And I go, okay.
It was
You know, I
Sal.
had no
Brian
idea what Twitter
Sal.
was.
Brian Sal did it to you.
Brian Sal, B-Sal. He was the best ever. Yeah. But to get back to what I was saying is that, and I honestly don't remember.
By the way,
what I
Tyler
was
said
saying.
that hurts. That you said that Brian Sal's better than Tyler. He's saying it in my ear.
Well, I work with Tyler still, so I have to keep him on his toes. Okay? And if Tyler gave me a freaking earpiece, I'd be able to hear what he's saying.
To your earpiece?
He never gave me one. He expects me to go out to the technology store and buy one. And I'm walking in and there's 10,000 earpieces. What am I going to buy?
I love that you said technology store.
Technology store. Do they have Radio Shacks anymore?
Sadly, no. They should have advertised on SportsBeat. Maybe they'd still be around.
The technology store.
Yes, time to pay some bills. When we come back, it's time to celebrate.
I'll tell you what, we're state champions, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah, walk-off to win a baseball championship and a golden goal for a soccer title. Rain couldn't ruin the celebration for these teams. High school state championship highlights are next. Oh, rain, go away.
Please.
One of the wettest springs in Utah history wreaked havoc on the high school state championships this week. Softball titles in 5A and 6A postponed to next week.
The 6A and 5A baseball tournaments somehow found a way to find play in between storms. The two teams who weathered the storm in 6A, Pleasant Grove and Lone Peak, met for the 6A state championship last night.
Let's go to the fourth inning in a classic game. Pleasant Grove up 3-2 until one swing of the bat from Chase Comer. No one's getting that, and he ties it up. Later in the inning, a runner on for Trey Gamble of Lone Peak, lays down a perfect bunt. The ball gets away. The runner scores, and he's on his way to a Little League triple, but he's called out at third. Skipper Jeremy Berg isn't happy about that. He has some words for the umpire, and so you know what's going to happen here. Yeah, you're gone. Head to the showers. He's done for the day. Now let's go to the bottom of the seventh. Same score. Pleasant Grove's Brock Watkins up to bat, and he delivers.
BYU commit.
Ooh, a game-tying homer. Check out the celebration. Slam dunk. Give him a 10. So we go to extra innings. Still 4-4 in the bottom of the ninth, and who else delivered for the Vikings but Watkins? He leads off with a single. The next two batters would reach base to load him up for Jackson Hill. Hill works a full count, takes the ball for a walk-off, literally. Celebrate, PG. The Vikings are your 2019 6A baseball champs.
I'll tell you what, we're state champions, and I love it. I love it.
It was pretty nerve-wracking knowing that this pitch was going to make or break it, at least for me. And when I saw it up, I just smiled, and it just felt so good to finally be state champs. It still doesn't feel real.
It's unbelievable. Still trying to get out. I don't even have words for it. I don't know.
I was confident our team the whole game. I never had one doubt that we would figure out a way to get this done, because these guys, they're a senior-led group, and they've been clutch all season.
Let's go 5A state baseball championship. Cottonwood and Timpanogos for the title. Cottonwood's Dylan Reiser breaks out the boom boom stick. Home run to left, Cottonwood up 4-1, but Timpanogos responds minutes later. The T-Wolves regain the lead with a 4-run fifth. Ethan Hickson with an RBI single made it 5-4. In the bottom of the fifth, however, Cottonwood rallies. Jason Luke revels in the pressure. A 2-run double to give the Colts a 6-5 lead. Reliever Carson Angeroth the whiff to end the game. Cottonwood wins an 8th state title in program history. Second in 3 years. The baseball dynasty is back.
That was crazy. They played so well. They played us hard, but our guys played better. Our pitchers were great today. Our defense was great. We had a lot of clutch at bats, a lot of big-time hits for us to come up, and it's such a great game.
We played really well. They played well. They're tough. It shows a lot of toughness on our part to get down, come back, get down, come back. That's kind of championship you want, and it was a lot of fun.
Now, the dream for young soccer players in Utah is to play on the pitch at Rio Tinto Stadium. For 4 teams this week, that dream became reality.
The 6A Boys State Soccer Championship featuring the Weber Warriors and Copper Hills Grizzlies. Let's relive the fun.
Scoreless into the 56th minute. Weber's Luke Johnson puts it into the box. Colton Obrey finishes with the header. Weber on top. Copper Hills would try to make a push in the final minutes, had several opportunities, but Charlie Holbrook comes up huge. He gets the save. He earns the shutout, and the Warriors are your 6A state champions. their first title in 15 years.
5A state championship, Olympus and Brighton. Olympus out to an early 1-0 lead. Cue Brighton's London Botello, an equalizer, arms out, celebrate. Olympus retakes the lead 2-1, but Brennan Neely converts a penalty late, tied at 2 after regulation. Let's play overtime in the state final. Enter Harrison Nuttall. Excellent use of the noggin. Game winner. Party still rolling at Harrison's crib. The Brighton Bengals Class 5A soccer champions. We'll be back with more right after this.
Tom Hackett is a jack of all trades. The 2-time Ray Guy Award winner found some other hobbies, too.
Ah, yes, he's not kicking the ball, he's hitting it, sort of. Can Tom Hackett with the hallowed grounds? Let's find out.
The Hallowed Grounds, brought to you by Siegfried and Jensen.
Welcome into the Hallowed Grounds, episode 2. We're here at Willow Creek Country Club. Special guest this week, Toa Arfo. Toa, former caddy of Tony and Gipper Finau. Look, you've done, what, all the amateur circuits. You went on the nationwide tour that's now the web.com tour, and you've even done some PGA Tour events.
And the European Tour.
Okay, sorry, and the European tour. How dare I forget. I could be in some trouble today. Here's how the game works, Toa. We're going to play the par 5 1. The winner of the hole gets his choice of a $100 gift card to You Into Golf, or if you want to take the other person on in a closest to the pin challenge, you could win yourself this Bushnell hybrid rangefinder valued at $500. Say no more. Let's play some golf.
Good, Tony.
Okay. I haven't had anything to eat. I haven't had any sip of coffee. So this could be going anyway, Nate. Be careful, even though you may be at 90 degrees. Oh no. Look at that! Did I mention I haven't had anything to eat and I haven't had a cup of coffee yet?
You missed it a little bit.
How do you do that with your driver, Toa? That's me.
You're in the middle of the fairway.
I am in the middle of the fairway, but I hit it like, you know, my grandma. What?
Oh,
I know, it's always busy. It's like in and out.
Whoops.
This isn't life and death. Although sometimes it feels like it. Oh no!
Oh, I heard that.
I hit that really good, but I didn't hit it high enough. That's exactly what I said. Did you see it drop, Toa? Oh, not again. That was rock solid as well. I'm in trouble. What shot is this? 1, 2, 3. This is 4. This is for birdie, and have a look at this. Where am I?
No, you're supposed to birdie on the green.
Oh, right. There we go. Thank you. All right, I'm out. But I got to get up and in for par. So I'm probably going to hit bogey. So I tell you, you're in prime position. I hope you know. So if I make this, there's some serious pressure on you. Chances of me making it are slim, however. Oh, okay. So I may as well just give it to you. If I was going to give one of these $500 pieces of equipment away, the Bushnell hybrid rangefinder, I'm giving it to Toa. So you are the first winner of the Hallowed Grounds. Congrats.
Woo!
You're a good man.
Thanks today, Tony.
Welcome into the equipment tip on the Hallowed Grounds. We're here at You Into Golf. We're at the Salt Lake City location, joined by Chris Nugent. Chris is the store manager here. Chris, where are we, and what can you tell us about this bay?
Well, we're at Salt Lake City You Into Golf, and this is the new Tour Fit room. We're currently using this by appointment only, and we're fitting players from start to finish, just like we'd fit anyone on the range or a tour player out there.
How long does it take to get fitted?
If we're doing a driver, I'd say about 45 minutes. If we do a set of irons, probably about an hour. And a full bag, we're going to be in that hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes.
All right, fair enough. And you've worked at some pretty big name companies. You've fitted some professional golfers. Who have you fitted?
So I was lucky enough I worked for Nike at one point. I did some fitting with JJ Spawn at theweb.com. That would be about 3 years ago.
And so if you come in here to get fitted, it's the exact same setup. It's as if you are on the tour. You'll get fitted just how the pros do and walk out of here a happy man, hopefully hitting the ball about 20 yards further and much, much straighter than most people are used to.
Hi, Carl Serres here, head golf professional at Willow Creek Country Club. We're going to talk about the putter today. Now with the putter, with anything, the face is key. The face really determines where the ball starts. But when we're putting, the face determines a lot even more because that ball is going to start on the face and that is going to be hopefully our target. So when we're swinging the putter, we want that face to stay looking at the target for as long as we can. In the full swing, which we talked about last week, we were talking about a little bit more of an arcing stroke, and we want the face to be square to the path for as long as possible. That'll give us straight shots. We're going to feel that putter face, keep looking at the target as long as we can. If we were to do an underarm throw, back where I grew up, my auntie used to play a lot of lawn bowling, and in that kind of stroke, they would feel like this through the ball. When I'm putting, I want to kind of feel like that too, but I'm going to let the putter head swing up as I do that. So my putter face still, as we look through, is still looking at my target. Ball went in with a nice speed. Get that face looking at your target as long as possible, and remember, look like the lawn bowler through the finish.
All right, we are done here, but we're back tonight at 10 with Game 6 highlights. Who do you think, Raptors or Bucks?
I'm going Raptors.
Whoa! Really? I think there's a Game 7 on Monday.
I like Kawhi.